Okay, we are coming to you to talk about in this video the most dangerous city in all of Europe.
Hello, hello. We are Trisha
And Gabriel.
from different sides of the world but brought together by nursing school. After a couple years of travel nursing, we are taking a break to just travel.
We are going around the world in 100 days, but probably more, and hoping to see a few friends along the way.
So follow along with us as we simply live our lives in many cities across the globe.
Bum bum bum.
Marseille.
Marseille, France. Located in the south of France, it's actually the second largest city in France next to Paris. But I feel like I've not heard of people really traveling there.
We traveled here, despite the bad rap that it gets, and honestly, we really enjoyed it. We hope this video inspires you to give Marseille a chance when booking your next trip to the south of France.
Originally, we're thinking of going to Nice.
Nice.
Nice,
Yeah, nice.
France. We really just wanted to be somewhere warm. Well, what about Marseille? It's cheaper, it's warmer. So we decided to go there. Maybe like a week before we were gonna go, I looked it up. I'm like, why don't people go here? And everybody said it was the most dangerous city
Right.
in all of Europe. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. We go there. We loved it. I loved it. Would you agree?
Yes. I guess growing up, I've always heard of Marseille because I grew up watching football, soccer, for those in the US of A. And I followed there's a Nigerian player called Tai Taiwo that played for Olympic Marseille. So I kind of knew about them. And funny story, when we were there, I got to have interactions with a lot of local Marseillais, I'm not sure what they call themselves, because I said Tai Taiwo and they all knew him and we just had a little bit of a rapport going on. So that's kind of cool.
We were mostly in the touristy areas.
Right.
I suppose.
We had conversations with a few like Uber drivers and just people on the street, and it seems that the feeling is people in Marseille are happier and full of life compared to people in Paris that are crabby, apparently. Let's go more into our time in Marseille and what we did. Bonjour tout le monde. We are presently in Marseille.
In the south of France.
Very happy to be here. We just got here.
It looks beautiful outside.
It does. Pretty excited.
Gorgeous on the airport.
And we're at the airport waiting for
Dun, 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 dun.
Liberty Country, so super excited. Toodaloo. Au revoir.
So a really special part of this portion of the trip is that one of my earliest friends, also our friend, because we all went to nursing school together, came along on this portion of the trip.
Right. So fast forward or rewind to sometime in September, August. We're just kind of kicking the idea around, and I found flights on on KLM from Minneapolis to Marseille for like 12,000 points in economy, which was just like amazing. So I booked it and I called baby and I was like, hey, are you free beginning of next year to go to Marseille? And she was like, sure. So it was booked, and yeah, that's what happened. Shout out to Libby for being spontaneous.
Yeah.
And willing and able to roll.
One of the most beautiful parts, I think, was going up to the Basilica, Notre-Dame. It's the giant church on the hill. Like, you can't miss it. But it is on top of the hill. So you could take a tourist train, which we did for like €9. And it brought you actually all around the city first and had kind of a voiceover,
Like
which
a
wasn't
recorded
English.
tour, yeah.
English and French. And told you kind of what was going on. And then it brought you up to the church and left you there for like 30 minutes before bringing you back, which was really nice.
Right.
Okay, this is Trisha attempting to make coffee in France. So we went to the grocery store and we're trying to find ground coffee, but it all came as like the full beans until we were gonna leave, and the guy insisted we buy this, but they're individual packets. But he said it was the same thing. So I got it. And I have this at our Airbnb. I thought it could make 4 cups of coffee, so I put 4 packets in. Turns out it makes 2. So now I'm basically sipping an entire cup of espresso. I feel like that's what it tastes like, but also tastes weird. I don't know. I don't drink black coffee, so to me it's already weird.
You're so funny.
Ooh.
Is it sludge?
Yeah, maybe it's a little sludgy. That's a good word.
Another thing we attempted to do, there's a prison kind of giving Alcatraz vibes,
yeah.
but it's Monte Cristo vibes. So it's like a prison on a rock out in the sea. We were gonna go see it. The lady says, oh, the waters are too rough today, but you can take the ferry to this other island. And we were like, sure. I don't know what, like, so the waters were not less rough for this ferry. It was an actual roller coaster.
Yes. When we got home, we're like, oh, we'll just sit outside and enjoy the ride. No, we have to go inside because the first 10 minutes we got soaked. But this island, I believe, has more of a smoother docking place than the prisons.
That's what we told ourselves.
That's what we told ourselves.
I think people lived there, so they had to go back and forth.
Oh, yeah, probably.
And we did a little hike up to something on a rock that was a little bit kind of creepy.
Castle-ish, monastery-ish, yeah.
Abandoned building. And we walked back.
We were planning to go to see the prison. It's kind of like Azkaban, but like a prison out on a rock. But it's closed because of rocky water. So we just said, well, where's this boat going? And she told us in French. Well, it was a French word. We said, sure, we'll go there.
Adventures out there.
So we're about to board a boat. Here. We're not really sure where we're gonna end up. She said natural something. Natural.
Let's just go.
Let us go.
An old Fort St. Jean.
Right.
That was actually really neat, and you could get into a large portion of it for free. And people were just sitting up on top of the castle enjoying the sun.
Yeah, so, people had a picnic out there.
Yeah, that was kind of a major thing to do in the city.
No.
What did he say?
I didn't see anything.
He said the je ne sais quoi. It's like 10 a.m. but everybody's still sleeping. So I'm gonna go on a little jog, and on my way back, I'm stopping for some baguettes. And I'm really excited about that.
As for places we went to eat, of note, two places at least to me that came to mind. The first place is we went to the place that Anthony Bourdain went to.
Yes, I'll find the name. Do you know the name?
I don't remember the name, but we'll put the link to the interview, the show,
Yes, we should do
in
that.
our show notes. Kind of cool to like watch Anthony in his element. God rest his soul. And then when we got to the restaurant, we met the server that served us. Is the same guy that served
had a
Anthony,
picture
but
with
I
him.
had a picture right there on the wall next to us, so it's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
And it's kind of an African fusion
I think it's
restaurant.
mostly like I want to say like Algerian, Moroccan, kind of North African restaurant. And then one other day on our way back, we were trying to go to a restaurant, but it didn't work out. So we ended up at this like sports bar kind of restaurant, and I had the best mashed potatoes and duck I've ever had in my entire life.
That wasn't
That's
a
it.
sports bar. That was a nice restaurant.
It was next to a sports bar.
The main foods I would say to get specifically in Marseille, one, bouillabaisse. Bouillabaisse was originally, I guess, like a poor man's fish soup, but they've turned it into this like culinary decadent. Our Airbnb guy messaged us and he was like, if you're not paying 50 euros for bouillabaisse, it's not good. And we're like, oh gosh, he's like, no, it's a work of art. But we did get it, and a lot of people have kind of deconstructed it. So you would get it as like this like fish broth with bread and cheese and garlic that you would rub on, and then you would later get a bowl of like all the fish, and it was really good. I'm not even a fish girl.
I'm a fish person, but
it was pretty good.
Pass.
And the second thing to get specifically in Marseille are navettes. Navettes are like an orange blossom flavored biscuit shaped like a boat. There's many stories behind the navettes, but one of them is that 40 days after Christmas is some celebration and you eat navettes, which we happened to be there on this day. We were like, this is so cool. We're going to go out to the festivals and the parades. We never found them, but we did find navettes, so you know, it was fine.
We ate copious amounts of navettes.
Hold them up. Oh, wow. A whole bag of navettes. A bunch of them. Smells so good. 12, but orange blossoms. Orange blossoms. You should put it into a candle. I wish they would. Overall, don't be afraid of Marseille. Go there, spend your time in the sun. South of France, like. Gabriel's going to get his ASMR.
Stop it. Do you think eating an orange is ASMR?
No, that's sticky and gross.
That's what?
That's sticky and gross. And you're going to be like, and you're going to make a mess.
No, I wouldn't.
All right, you can try. I feel like people are going to complain about you.
There's a Netflix show about the city of Marseille, actually. On Nice, it's like a gang banging gun shooting show. I just left it out of the initial conversation when we were coming here. I just watched it actually. Why do you have to start it now?
Beautiful. I'm going to take a video of these stairs. But I gotta watch out what I'm doing, because otherwise this will be a funnier video than I intended.